Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Jumpstart Monday. Today, we have a very special episode on the three major mistakes that can hurt our credibility, both as a manager and a leader, as well as an employee. So tune in and please feel free to share this episode, which we're broadcasting live on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube, so we can reach more people. If you are in, just drop us a note and tell us which do you believe these three major mistakes that can hurt our credibility are? And we will start by mentioning the first one in just a little while. Let me first say that we've all been guilty, or the majority of us has been guilty of these mistakes, either one, two, or all three of these. And the road to success is paved with failure. So we don't look at failure as a bad thing. We look at failure as the grounds to learn and improve ourselves as managers, leaders, or as employees. So without any further ado, Sophia, let's start with the first mistake, which will be coming on our screen right now.
Yes, good morning, everyone. I'm very happy to be here with you. Before I start with the first mistake, I want to encourage you to write to us which mistakes you think we are going to talk about, or which things, after you see the first one, let us know which are the other mistakes you think we are doing at the workplace. Sorry.
That can hurt our
So,
credibility.
exactly. So the first mistake is gossiping. Many of us have been guilty of this. I have been guilty of this. And why are we gossiping in the workplace? I see two major reasons we are doing that. The first reason is that we are curious to learn more about the other person, and sometimes we don't believe everything they are saying to us, or we want to uncover more that they are saying to us. That's the first reason. The other major reason is that when we are facing a conflict, a disagreement, or something we don't like about our colleague, it is much easier to go to a friend to discuss about it rather than having that uncomfortable situation. So for these two reasons, we tend to go and discuss about persons that are not there with us, and this is hurting us a lot. So what do you think, Michael? What we can do to stop the gossiping at the office?
If we can stop the gossiping at the
If we
office,
can, yes.
Sophia, I have to refer to the triple filter test by our ancient ancestors, those of you who are Greek, of Socrates, when one of his students reached out to him to tell him some news about another student of his. Socrates put him through the three filter test, which is what you're about to tell me the truth? And the student answered, no, I'm not sure this is the truth because I heard it from somebody else. Then he went to the second layer, which is what you're about to tell me about my student something good? And the student answered, no, it's something bad. So Socrates went to the third filter, which is what you're about to tell me something useful to me? And the student said, no. So if we can apply the three filter test inside our workplace, then we will eliminate or at least limit gossiping and create team spirit and transparency in the workplace as leaders and as managers. So that's the best way I know to put an end to gossiping inside the workplace, Sophia.
I love your example, Michael. And for those of you who are managers out there, I would urge you to think about this example and really use it to put a stop in the gossiping in your team. And the other advice I would give you on this is try to have those uncomfortable conversations as soon as possible. If you have a team member that is not acting the way you want them to or the way they should, try to have the conversation as soon as possible, because discussing it with somebody else is not helping neither to solve the situation or yourself. And if you are a person who likes to discuss their problems, or is helpful for them to discuss their problems, I would say go to a trusted friend that is outside the office, or to a psychologist, or to a coach. There are many coaches out there that are helping people to overcome these challenges. What do you think, Michael?
Sophia, I agree totally with you. And before you press the button for the second mistake, I would like to ask everyone who's live now to tell us which do they believe is the second and the third major mistake that can hurt our credibility inside the workplace. We have some answers coming. If we do not walk the talk, it's a mistake. Very true.
Yes.
We have to lead by example. And I think you are totally correct here, because we just, as leaders, we shouldn't be gossiping ourselves. So we need to walk the talk. And something my late father told me is that if you do not want to express an opinion about someone you don't like, say, I would prefer not to express an opinion on this situation or on this person. It's like you said a lot without saying anything.
Yeah.
So without any further ado, Sophia, let's go to the second mistake, please.
Yes. The second mistake is white lies. What do you think about white lies, Michael?
Let me tell you a story about white lies or innocent lies. I remember about a manager who turned and said to his PA, tell the customer I'm not in. The customer never knew if that manager was in or not, but his personal assistant knew exactly at that moment that that manager was a liar. And there is one person who knows that you're a liar, which is even worse than gossiping, and that's your personal assistant. So when she or he comes to you with one of their demands and you tell them that this cannot be done, or give them an excuse, or tell them the truth, probably they won't believe you. So be careful with white lies or innocent lies. I suggest you totally eliminate them. Don't use them. Tell the truth or tell a variation of the truth. So when recently, Sophia, we had a call that you should have been on that call because we promised the customer and something happened, a personal problem happened. Instead of giving excuses to the customer and saying this and this happened, or making up white lies so we'll be excused, I just said Sophia couldn't be with us. And if you allow me to record the conversation, and Sophia will watch it and then come back to you with her comments. So be honest and transparent and avoid even white lies. I don't know what you think,
Yes.
Sophia, but please let us know.
Yes, I agree. I saw a post the other day from one of my favorite songwriters, and he was saying that sometimes I lied to you like Disney, and sometimes I lied to you like Pinocchio. And it really resonated with me and also with the episode we are doing. So when we are lying to someone like Disney, it means that it's like we are telling stories to the kids. We are just like the lie we are telling our kids, I will kiss it, and you will not feel pain anymore. When we are lying like Pinocchio, we are deceiving people, just like the example you gave before, Michael. So try to evaluate, whenever you are being untruthful, am I lying because I want to inspire people, or am I lying because I want to deceive and get my own interests in front?
Very true. Very true. I totally agree. And let's move on to the third one, Sophia, the third and final one.
Yes. The third one is behaving badly or unfairly with associates. So sometimes I came across people, I don't know if you have my call, people that are behaving very nicely with their managers, with the people that are on the same level with them, and they behave badly to the cleaning lady, to their subordinates, etc. And what happens with these people is that they don't get the respect they need, because they don't respect other people. That's
Very
my
true.
feeling. So
I
that's a common.
remember a
Yeah.
manager told me this, Sophia. People who are looking down on people, literally, they get slapped on top by their managers. So consistency is key when it comes to human beings. It's not the hierarchical position that will determine how nicely you behave to people. And it is, we are all human beings and we should show that respect. And I totally agree with you that this is even a worse lie than gossiping or lying. It's even a worse crime in inverted commas that will hurt your credibility. Across the board, you should be a great example. As Rokas from Athens, the law office has said, be consistent, lead by example. And that's exactly one of our friends who's here, Richard Pettinger, who's the head of the business unit at UCL, University College London, has been a shining example of this. He behaves to everyone in the exact same respectful manner. To us as suppliers, as teachers, as lecturers, as guest lecturers, to his students, it is irrespective of the status, grades, whatever, and to his colleagues. And this has been admirable on his part, because he has been doing this for the last 10 years that I've known him. And I am sure this is cultivated by parents and by people at an early age. So these are the 3 mistakes. Let me recap them and turn it over to you, because you might want to close with something. Number 1, and perhaps most importantly, do not gossip. Eliminate gossiping by applying the filter test as Socrates has taught it to us. Number 2, avoid white lies or innocent lies, because at the end of the day, somebody knows and somebody is listening to you. In the case of our example, your personal assistant. And number 3, and as we said, now we should be very careful on how we treat people, irrespective of hierarchical rank. So, Sophia, this is it. And I don't know if you want to say something about before we close.
Yeah. So thank you very much, Michael. What I wanted to say is that we are creating these episodes out of the stories and the discussions we are having with you. So if any of these mistakes resonate with you, or if you have other mistakes that are happening at your workplace, we would love to continue the conversation, either in the comments below or offline if you wish, if you prefer. So feel free to reach out to us, and we will be happy to discuss.
Thank you very much for everyone who's tuned in. If you would like to hear on a certain topic, as Sophia has said, please drop it in the comments now or inbox us, and we'll be more than happy to analyze the subject if it's one of our areas of specialization, of course. Have a great week ahead, a productive week, and talk to you